So Amanda is chatting with us tonight, you guys, and one of the reasons that I had to have her speak is I'm not sure if you've noticed, but she's had some insane momentum in her personal business, and also just like she's onboarding these coaches, and she's got this like team of people who are also doing the things. And I think that's like everybody's dream, right? Like I want to help others, and I'd love to build a tribe of people that just like have matching energy as me, right? Like that's my dream too. And so we're watching her actually do that right in front of us. The coolest thing is though, you guys, when we interviewed Amanda a couple weeks ago for the Super Saturday, you know, she shared her story with us of how she got started, and that nothing about her journey really happened like that, like right away in the beginning. She's been with our team for a hot minute now, and everything you're seeing is the culmination of an entire journey to get here, but it's the secret sauce of consistency that I know she's going to share with you tonight. And I'm hoping that after you get off this call, you don't just see that number one, she's having this success just because it's her and it's just because she's lucky. I don't believe in the L word in this business. I don't think anyone is lucky. I think luck just happens to meet the people who have been working for it, right? And so they end up getting lucky. But I believe that it's when opportunity meets all the action and consistency she's been putting into everything she knows. So she's going to be chatting with us tonight about consistency. I'm just so stinking pumped that you're taking the mic tonight, my friend. I'm going to just toss it over to you and you can take it away.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, guys, tonight we're talking about cultivating consistency. And I'm going to tell you that my consistency has been a roller coaster. It started from Power Pockets to Power Hours to me working at the brewery and being a teacher and developing a new relationship. It's gone through every step in having to create a new routine. And that's so hard. It's like you finally get good in one and then something else gets tossed in and you have to maneuver that too. It's hard, it's sticky in the beginning, and it's difficult, but you have to continue on. And even if it's a little bit at a time, it's really those small victories that add up in the end. So I'm just going to share my screen. So the first thing I want to do is just talk about, are you a power pocketer or are you a power hour girl? You have to determine right now which one you are. Drop it in the chat, do whatever you need to do, but you need to pick now. Which one are you going to do? Are you a power pocketer or are you a power hour? It doesn't matter. They're both very efficient and are going to rock your business either way. And I'm going to explain both of them and how they've both helped me. Sorry, I want to actually look. Awesome. I love that. I see a lot of power hour people, but I also see some awesome power pocketers. Cool. So I'm going to start off because I was a power pocketer. So I definitely, with teaching, I had to use my time wisely. Like, this is going to be TMI, but I'm going to take you through my day of when I was teaching and a brewery girl and Beachbodying, moving the needle forward. So the morning time, first P of the day, I was doing whatever my 5 pages were during that book. It was only 5 pages, didn't get me through a chapter at all, but that's where I would create a post in my head based off what I was reading. My personal development helped me pair up to do a post for my feed. So that easy, 2 things with 1 stone within 5 minutes. And it was my toilet time. Like, so weird, but use it wisely, because what else are you doing? Then I'd be getting ready for the day. I would easily listen to my audiobooks. So that's my book club book. Whatever book we were reading, I'd have it playing while I was getting my makeup done, while I was brushing my teeth, while I was blow drying my hair. So that was 30 minutes of me listening to this book and feeding this positive energy into me. I don't listen to the news. I don't like the negativity it brings. I don't want to hear that all the time. Like my mom will tell me the big updates, and that's all I need. So I'd always be bringing enlightenment into me. And I don't know if you guys have ever read or you need to read The Slight Edge, Atomic Habits, and then The Compound Effect. Put them on there. They are the biggest things that are going to tell you that the smallest changes in your life that are positive are going to move you forward. You need to become 1% better each and every day. And these books just breathe enlightenment into you and like fuel you to just, how can I be better today? Like that was my thought process in the morning time. What can I do today to be better? Better in my business, a better teacher, a better communicator, whatever it took. From there, during my resource time, so when my kids left me and went to their specials, is when I would pull up my phone. Sad thing is, I didn't do any teaching stuff. I would pull out my phone and I would Beachbody. I would start connecting with people. I'd start adding followers, and those 30 minutes were just doing as much as possible. Sometimes it would get thrown off because I'd have to do teaching stuff with a meeting or whatnot. But that's where I was building my connections and adding my followers. I wasn't keeping track of them at the time. It was just add. I'd go to a friend and I'd just add the people that I liked, that I looked and I was like, you'd be good for me and good for this community and really bring some positivity into this community. But if you ever knew me, you'd know I'd show up for my team calls every Monday and Tuesday. And every Monday, I was having a power hour. I 100% believe in the power of a Monday and starting fresh with your workouts, taking away the negativity if you didn't have a good week last week, fresh with your nutrition, and fresh in your business. I mark out the top of my thing. I don't start my business thinking it's Thursday to Thursday or Thursday to Wednesday. I do Monday to Sunday, and that's how I look at my week. How can I start my week fresh today so that by the end of the week, it's just as successful as it was on Monday? Because usually people taper out. They're going to start their week off strong and tiptoe away, and it starts to fail. Or if you're following the Beachbody schedule, you might do Thursday, Friday good, then the weekend hits, you lose your momentum, and then you have to try and regain it on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And you might think you're failing in your mind because why didn't it move forward? Because you had that big weekend break. So for me, I start Monday and go to Friday. I would make it a non-negotiable that every Monday night I would hold my Zoom, and that really helped me. Whether I was creating stuff or I was inviting or doing a full-out power hour, it might have been an hour. It could have been an hour and a half. I'd be watching TV at the same time because that's how I would relax. But I'm going to transition in how I am now a power hour girl. It is so awesome being a power hour person. I didn't realize what 1 hour in your business can do. Since quarantine started, you guys know I'm a teacher. So since quarantine started, I have not been teaching. My school doesn't really require much of me. We sent home packets. I'm an elementary school teacher, so we don't have all the technology that some schools have. And I determined as soon as I heard that we were not going back for 2 weeks, I popped on and said, 10 a.m., that's when I'm power houring. And you know what? The best thing is, like, Andrea shows up with me every day. And I love that. She like builds my fire. I can pick her brain. She picks my brain. But we show up and we check off those boxes. And sitting down is like, I sit down and I make sure that I send out 5 invites before I get up from the table, before I can do anything else for my day, because the invites are what's going to move my business forward. If you don't have anyone to invite, because sometimes that's how it is. Like, I have been in this business 2 years, and some days I feel like I have no one to invite. But there's people that fall through the grapevine. It's just how it is. The same people watch my stories. The same people like my pictures. And no offense, they're usually you guys. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. But that's when I'm like, who do I invite? And I am a believer in the ABC method. If you don't know what that is, that's when you go to your followers and you type in the letter A and you invite all your A's for the day. Or you go to the letter B, invite all the B's. So that's how I make sure to get my invites in no matter what. But I'm still making sure I can, I'm still making sure that I'm connecting and following people. So a lot of you today and like last week when you hopped on my Power Hour, you were asking me how I keep track of that. Brittany has an awesome method where she does it by saving people's posts. To me, that's too much technology. I don't really like technology. So on Monday, I follow 50 new people. I write them down, and these are the 50 people I'm going to connect with Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If I see that they're not following me back, I mark their name off, and I'll try and find someone else who's been watching my story that I haven't really connected with, because that's how I try and stay connected and grow them faster. Because when you have new people, Instagram tells you when you have a new person, but it doesn't mean you're going to always catch up on that. If you're just having all these notifications because you posted a picture and everyone liked it, and then you miss that person who just accepted your friend request. It happens. So these are the people that I go in, check on, see if they add me back, and I give them 5 likes on a picture. I comment on 3 of them, and then I'll give them a, hey girl, I hope my page is inspiring you. Like, fitness is my like love language and whatnot. So that's how I'm rocking my Power Hour right now. But I want to talk about the tracker. No matter what, the tracker is the easiest thing to follow. It tells you exactly what you need to do, no thinking behind it. That was my biggest fear as like a new coach. What do I do? How do I do this? It's funny because in the beginning, I was not a tracker girl. I didn't really print them out. I didn't really follow them. Then I think we had our first team challenge and it forced us to print it out. And that's when I started to use it periodically. But this year, I have Hit Success Club January, February, March, and April. And it's because I have binded my challenge trackers. I put it in a binder. I didn't go out and get it actually binded, but it's in a binder. And I can see everything I write down from the people I invite, which I just put it on the back of the sheet. The people I invite are here. If they need a follow-up because they actually responded to me, thank you to those people. I will write their name down saying follow up, interested, whatever it needs to say. But I follow it to a T. I make sure that I get that done. Every day I do it. What else? So I will also make sure, like, I've tried different things when it comes to a tracker, from holding me accountable. We have, during our book clubs in the beginning, there was drop your tracker on Wednesdays. There was another time when, what's it called? I dropped my tracker. I dropped my Zoom link to hold me accountable. I would just tell someone. I would just tell a friend, hey, this is what I did today. So I want you guys to kind of talk about how you're holding yourself accountable. Drop that in the chat right now, just saying, how are you holding yourself accountable to make sure that you are doing the tracker? Because I think that's where we stop. We get embarrassed that we don't have all of the boxes checked off, that we are too ashamed of that. Don't be ashamed. You guys, some of you are beginning coaches. You are going to have to build up that momentum to stop the fear of not wanting to invite, stop the fear of people are going to judge me when I post on my story. So how are you going to hold yourself accountable so that we can hold you accountable to what you're doing? I know for Annie, when she tells me that she didn't come to Power Hour today, that she's going to tell me, hey, this is the time that I'm going to show you my tracker, or I'm going to text you as soon as I get my 5 invites out, or during the Bachelor, I'm going to be sending out the invites, and she'll show me, she'll tell me, and I check in on her, because that's how we are going to hold each other accountable. That's what she needs from me while she's trying to build the consistency. I'm going to check what you guys are saying real quick. Awesome. So if you guys didn't know, our lovely team challenge, I see that some of you are struggling to have that. Our lovely team challenge is going to help you dive in to the consistency. I think it's 2 points when you drop your tracker on Wednesdays. So if you don't have a way to see us on Wednesday, get your 2 points, drop your tracker, fill it out. If you don't have a tracker printed out, stop everything you're doing, go print one out. If you don't have a printer, you can easily screenshot it. I think that's what I did in the beginning. Screenshot it and use your Instagram, mark off the box. It's so easy to figure that out, guys. And then the very last thing, hold on, I want to show this quote again because I believe in this. Is the small wins lead to the big victories. It's every step that you say yes to that's going to bring your business forward. It's the, yes, I'm going to work out today. Yes, I'm going to drink my Shakeology today. It's, yes, I am going to post on my story. Yes, I'm going to post on my feed. Yes, I'm going to invite 5 people today. And you know what? You might get no's, but all those no's are going to lead you to a yes. And I was just talking about this to Annie. You want to get the no's because the no's are going to help you. They suck, they hurt, but they make you stronger. They lead you to the victories, to the people who really want to do this, who you can actually feel prideful for helping and so happy that they joined you. I don't want a challenger that doesn't want to do it. Like, I don't care for you. I don't want your money that way. My goal is to help you in any way possible. So anything that you can do to get a small win today, even if it's just dropping your Zoom link and being on there for your 30 minutes, or if you're having a 20-minute power pocket saying, hey, I'm doing just connections for the next 20 minutes if anyone wants to join me. It's just the small things. I know, like, my least favorite is inviting. So I make sure when I'm on my power hour that I'm inviting. I know other people don't like connecting. So that's when they need the most accountability. So that's why we need to also hold each other accountable during these small win victories. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat or you can ask away.
Amanda, I have a question. So how do I word this? So you have hit Success Club. You're telling us that you've hit Success Club every single month this year, yeah? January, February, March, April?
Yep, 4 months straight.
Okay, cool. And and what was your goal? Can you remind us what your goal was? Like, when you sat down and you did like vision planning with us in the end of December, what was your goal for yourself for Success Club in just, let's say, January through March? What did that look like for you?
So for my quarterly, I made quarterly goals. And that was, I want to hit Success Club 2 out of the 3 months. And I want to add 4 coaches. I overachieved and I hit it for all 3 months. And I added, I think, actually 5 coaches in those months too. So when I was reviewing back, I was so pumped. If you don't know, this Fitbit was my reward for hitting my first quarterly goal. I said I was not buying it till I hit my goal. So look at this. Watch. Pumped. But yes, so I hit it and I'm keep going, and it just made me grow my thing. So now I'm trying to hit Success Club 10 instead of just Success Club 5.
And if anybody's watching this and you're a little confused about Success Club is just a metric. Beachbody gives you points for challenge packs sold or products sold. And so SC5 or Success Club 5 is essentially helping 3 people in a month, and 10 would be helping a minimum of 5 people in a month. So, okay, I want to camp out on that for 1 second, Amanda, because I also remember when you first joined me, one of the things I told you to do, which I would tell, I'm sure anybody on this call would be like, yeah, Brittany's told me to do that too. I told you that you could hit Emerald, right? And one of Amanda's first things she told me was, I'll do that. Like, I think I had this conversation with her in like January, December. And then she told me, I'll do that. I'll get that by the end of the year. I'll get to Emerald by the end of the year. She gave herself a year to hit a goal. And the reason I bring back this quarterly thing with her is because I know that she set that goal for herself. And I know she what's that called? Under promised herself on a goal and over delivered it, right? And actually surprised herself. Amanda, can you talk to us about that for a second? Because I think sometimes we set goals for ourselves that actually are smaller than what we could really achieve. Can you talk on that for a second and what you've learned through that?
Yeah. If you don't know me, I have a fear of failure. So I definitely have that. And we were reading Own Your Everyday, and it was talking about your fears at one point. So my fear is definitely fear of failure. So if I underachieve, and then I'm most likely going to make it. But I also do hold myself to a high standard, and seeing my teammates run with it. Like I see Kristen making it, and I see Ashley making it because that's who I joined in with, and Brittany's doing it. I'm like, no, I can do it too. And then we hit these team challenge months, and I'm like, heck yeah, I'm on fire. My team's firing me up. I'm going to do it. I don't know why I choose to underachieve and put lower goals now, because I know I can do it. So Brittany, I actually don't know what your question was anymore. But do it.
I think you're summarizing it perfect, because I think what you're sharing, at least what I'm hearing is, guys, she's doing the work, like not just the work, like she's telling you she's doing the work, but she's also doing the work, right? Like she just said, I have a fear of failure, and I know that about myself. And so instead of just existing in this world where Amanda always has a fear of failure, I'm going to do something about it, right? And like, I am just so fired up, inspired by you, because I'm literally watching a woman transform simply because she made the choice. You guys, she said that quarantine happened. I am pretty sure I can like pinpoint every single one of us that quarantine happened to, right? No, she didn't say it happened to me. She said, what is this doing for me? She took a different perspective during this whole season and said, what can this do for me? It's not helping me in the classroom right now. That's not advancing that. But you know what? I have this thing over here, and I could lean into that. And she has, and it's been incredible. Guys, questions in the chat at all? Anything for her? Not seeing any just yet. I also loved when she talked about accountability, you guys, with the tracker, and that as a newer coach, a lot of times if we don't check off all the boxes, we tend to hide because of the shame factor, right? And I loved how you kind of pointed out, are you using this as just another way to shame yourself? Like, stop it. If that's the case, stop it. Like, stop allowing yourself to believe that this is a shame tool. This actually could really help you. Leah said, can you share more about what you write on the back of the tracker when it comes to inviting, like how you're tracking that?
Mm-hmm. So Leah, I just write their Instagram handle right here, and then I will write if they message me back. Typically I write down the date that I also like chunk up who I followed up with to know. So that helps me keep track of, like, did they answer quick? Did they not answer quick? Do I need to do another follow-up because they followed up with me, but then they opened it after and they didn't respond? So I'll re-follow up. So I just keep track of it like that. Pretty simple. I just write whether if they responded, then I write follow-up /interested.
And Amanda, is that part of the tracker? Is that the page from last year?
Yeah, I have last year's tracker.
Yeah. So you guys, they updated the tracker this year to add on the Shakeology, following up your new Shakeology users. And so that's the brand new tracker. But if you do go in the files section on our team page and you just scroll down a little bit to the 2019 Success Club System Business Tracker, you'll be able to find it. It should say 2019 on it. It actually has a conversation guide so you can like track who you're talking to as well if you want to print that part out, because they didn't include it this year.
if you don't have that, and because you have just the Shakeology page, take your notebook page, rip it out, put it in your binder, and do the same exact thing. Write down their handle. Did they follow you? Did they not follow you back? Did they like read your message and respond, kind of thing. Super easy, same exact thing. It's just notebook paper instead. Nothing fancy.
I also hearted that in my notebook. If there's any questions, let's keep adding them to the chat, and in between I'll type info. Yep. So the other thing I noticed when she was speaking tonight, you guys, and even just now, is that she has a solution for things, right? So find a system. You know, if I teach you something, if somebody else on our team teaches you something and you give it a try and you're like, this just isn't working for me, it's like it's not working for me. You have to be resourceful. She's been such a beautiful resourcer as well as problem solver for herself, for her own business. She's not waiting for someone to come down and save her. Like, she's like, no, I'll just figure it out, right? We got the names of the books, Perfect, Slight Edge, Atomic Habits, Compound Effect. You guys, these have all been books that we've done in book club before. Slash would be like, Compound Effect is literally the first book I ever was told to read by my upline coach when I joined. And Slight Edge and Compound Effect are very, very similar books in that regard. But if you're brand spanking new, those are really incredible ones to get your hands on. When you do the ABC method, Amanda, are you cold inviting them? Talk us through what you're kind of doing when you get to those people.
So I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm a red. If you don't know what a red is straightforward, nitty gritty. When I started this business, I was definitely a cold invite person. I would still technically say I still cold invite. During my ABC method, it's definitely ABC method is straight for invites, cold invite them, bam, done. It's my followers, like these new people who I'm like trying to build my connection with. I send them a hey girl message, not a cold invite, which I'm learning to do. In the beginning of this year / January, I think it was, is when I determined I was not just gonna cold invite, that I was actually gonna build connections. And I like to wake up with at least 10 messages in my box. So if I don't have any by 3 o'clock, then I need to go connect more. That's what I've learned.
Can you elaborate more on that? I love that idea. You guys have like set a goal for yourself. Like, when I wake up, I want 5 unread, like I want Instagram to have 5 unread messages, right? When I get in there, or Facebook Messenger to have 10 unread messages. For me, that looks like anything. That looks like anybody in my inbox. But can you talk to us about what that goal looks like for you, Amanda?
Yep. So right now you see it says 14. I power hour in the morning, and typically I let it hang out. I don't really like to reopen stuff. I try and feed through, like if you guys love on my stuff, or if a friend that I can see just loved on my stuff, then I'll open those because I want to see new people on my inbox. But yeah, I try and have 10 people to talk to in the morning time, so that, because one of your things is, are you like, what is it called? The exact wording is respond to all new likes, comments, and views. To me, that means, are you answering everything that's in your inbox? And if I don't have any new likes, comments, or views, then how am I going to check that box off if I don't have anyone in my inbox? So at 3 o'clock, if I don't have anyone else during TV time, I'm just trying to still comment on their stories. And make sure when you comment on someone's story that you kind of leave it with a question, because that makes them respond, not just like your picture back or like your words back. No, I do not immediately invite them after my hey girl message. Hopefully I'll start to build a connection with them and go from there. But if they did respond to my hey girl message, I write their name down in my people to connect with, just those 50 people. I try and still add them to this to know that I need to still connect with them because they did respond.
And then Leah, for me, guys, hey girl message in general, and Amanda, you can share your exact script here with us in a second. For me, when I'm hey girling somebody. I don't send like a scripted message to a single person when they follow me or whatever. What I do is I get in their inbox via a story that they've already posted, or if I watch them viewing my story, then I'll get in and say, hey, I'm so glad you popped into my story. I hope this like inspires you in some way. That's my heart, you know? And that's it. Like, but it's not like, hey girl, my name's Brittany and I'm a wife of blah, and I'm like, to me, if someone sends me that, I'm like, block, get out. But that's me. And I love how Amanda said she's a red. She knows her personality type. She knows how she would want someone to talk to her. So that's how she talks to other people. I think it's important that you understand how you want a message to come across, because I don't want someone to quote unquote, hey girl me, if that makes sense. So Amanda, can you share your script? And just know that everyone's different, you guys. So you got to know what works for you, right?
Funny thing is, yes, Brittany doesn't like to use the same script. I 100% use the same script, and I think that comes from my teaching thing. If it's already created, keep going. Don't reinvent the wheel. So that's mine. It says, hey beauty, I hope you're staying happy and healthy. I hope my page can inspire you to get your body moving during this crazy time. I know the group of ladies I'm surrounded by are totally helpful for me. Sending positive vibes your way. Simple. It fits the quarantine right now. It's telling you that I'm moving my body and I have a team of ladies who do it with me. So, and this message, copy and paste it. It's been working for me because when I send it to my new followers, if they're like my tribe kind of person, they're excited to just have like a little blessing, a little thing that cheers them up. And lately I've been seeing a lot of people doing their devotions, and I just say, amen. I love that you're doing this. What devotion are you reading? And usually they just want to respond back because they see me doing the same thing and they'll ask me. So do it. Copy and paste.
I love it. I love it. And again, you guys just have to know what works for you, right? So if like her message to me doesn't sound like a scripted message, right? And so I guess like if it doesn't sound like you, if you're trying to send Amanda's script but you don't talk like Amanda, it comes across scripted, right? And so just really make sure it's authentic to you, authentic to how you speak and how you interact with people. I love that. Any other questions, you guys? I think we got those. Yep. I hope right now, you guys, Amanda's inspiring you the way she's inspiring me. But one of my things that I hate when people are like, you're so inspiring. Like I get that from people, oh, you're so inspiring. And I hate that because my heart isn't to inspire somebody to watch me and say that's good for her. My heart is to inspire people to get off their butt and do it for themselves, right? Like that's what I want to do. That's like my jam, is when someone says, because of you, I did this, right? And so I'm hoping tonight that you're seeing that Amanda's success didn't come like from this unicorn dust that was like sprinkled on her during quarantine. And I love all of you guys to death, but I say it like she ain't special, y'all. I mean, she's really special. In my heart, Amanda's so special, but she ain't special, y'all. What she is doing is she literally made a choice. And she said, you know what? A focused hour is actually what moves the needle forward way better than these random 15-minute things where I'm not even actually doing anything, because half the time I end up just scrolling, right? She made a choice that during this season, she would find a way to thrive in one area, even if she was just trying to survive and hang on in another. She's found systems that work for her. She's bound the freaking tracker. That's all I needed her to say tonight. Literally, we could have recorded 30 seconds and I would have been good. Like, thank you, Amanda, and good night. That's it. That's all. And now go to Kinko's, everybody, or whatever store does it. Guys, did you hear that? She made the choice, because when you print off one, what you're saying to yourself is, I think I'll just try this for a week. When you print off 52, you say, I'm in it for the year. Right? Like there's a different mindset behind the two. When you have random papers all around, it shows that you don't care. When you have it, like, I don't know, it's just, to me, it just looks like carelessness, right? But when it's in this, it looks like you took some time out of your day to actually care about this as a business and to organize yourself. I love that. I love, love, love everything you said. Amanda, is there anything you'd love to wrap up with us tonight?
One thing. At the end of every month, we have this power push. This is what I like to do at the end of every quarter, typically, because I don't think I always have enough people to invite. But last week we had our push for April, and I went through, because I have it binded, I have all my names and followers of people who are interested, and I even have the ones who were interested and didn't sign up, wrote them on this notebook piece of paper. And now that's the end of my one quarter. And so now I'm going to do that again for my second quarter when it comes up. So even if you just got to rip a piece of paper out, do what's going to work for you when we have these nice things. Write down your 100 people that you want to invite and go from there.
I love it. Tomorrow, you guys, we are doing a 30-minute chat with all the ladies who hit Success Club in April, hearing their big clues. I'm sure some of them are going to parallel what you heard tonight from Amanda, but sometimes we just need to hear it a couple times, right? So it clicks. So that's going to be tomorrow, 5:30 Central Time. And immediately following that, Amanda is literally taking her time, her precious time, and she's going to take everything that you wrote down tonight in notes, and she's going to put it into action form with you. So you don't want to miss that, especially if you're like, how do I do the things? How do I send the message? What are you saying? What do you do? This is the best time to join her live and do that. Amanda, fun fact, you have to hear it 11 times before you start doing straight up. All right, stopping.